Hello everyone and welcome to LEGO Star Wars Hot Takes episode 12. As always, if you have any hot takes or controversial opinions about LEGO Star Wars that you want me to discuss in next week's video, make sure to go ahead and leave them in the comments below. But without further ado, starting off with LEGO Galactic Republic, he says hot take, the 501st Specialist Battle Pack is one of the best investments we have on shelves now. It's cheap and LEGO would probably never make clones like this again. Also, not many people are keeping it as an investment. And for the most part, I definitely agree with you. Yeah, I don't think there's any way LEGO's gonna make these figures again, as they are very unique and they do look very cool with their gear on when their helmet holes are covered up, and I think they're probably the best clone troopers that were released this year. Now, I'm not sure how the new clone troopers with the helmet holes are going to perform in the third-party market when these sets do start to retire, although I do think it's very safe to say, out of all the new Phase 2 clone troopers that have come out in the past 2 years, these ones are definitely going to be the most valuable when they retire, just because they're so unique and they come with so many accessories to cover up their helmet holes, especially the ones with those macro binoculars. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that clone specialist trooper gains a value of about $10 to $15 once it retires, with the other ones pretty close up to it, but definitely that one being the highest just because of the macro binoculars. So yes, I do think you're right, this set will probably be a pretty good investment, and it definitely has the best clone troopers that were released in 2023. Iron Man MK says, hot take, I think the 2023 Captain Rex looks better than the 2013 Captain Rex. The only part I don't like is the waistcape printing, but in my opinion, everything else is superior. The printing looks so clean and the helmet just looks cooler, and personally, I think that the ammo pack is a little bigger because it makes the figure more stylized. And yes, I 100% agree with you. The new Captain Rex looks so good, especially the helmet. But like you said, it does still have the printed waistcape, which is very annoying. And honestly, that's the only thing the 2013 version has over the 2023 version. Everything else just looks so much better, especially the helmet. I think that's the place they improved the most on. They got the shape of it down perfectly, and actually it's a little bit wider at the bottom, so the helmet holes don't really stand out as much as they do on the normal troopers. And then like you said, yes, the ammo pack is a little bit bigger, it just makes it look a little bit more stylized and cooler. So yeah, I think everything from the waist up on the new Captain Rex looks a lot better, but still the old one does have the waist cape over the new one, and that is really just one super disappointing thing about this. It's kind of like LEGO, you really had one job to make this an absolutely amazing figure. I still don't understand why they couldn't have just given him a black waist cape like they did for the old one, and it's just really frustrating because as fans, it kind of forces us to be in this situation that's kind of like the glass half full or the glass half empty, because half of it is amazing, but obviously there is that one major flaw, and honestly it just makes myself be indecisive of how much I actually like this figure. It's like as fans, we don't want to praise it too much because then LEGO will think they can get away with using printed waistcapes, but then also we don't want to hate on it too much because the rest of it looks really good. So I really just don't like how LEGO is doing this with us, because it's like they're playing psychology games, because everything but the waistcape is absolutely amazing, but the waistcape is a crucial flaw. But like I said, from the waist up, it looks incredible. They did an amazing job with everything but the waistcape. Rusty Toaster says, hot take, people only really like the 2003 Phase 1 and 2005 Phase 2 clone helmets because of nostalgia. Yes, there's the indent for the visor, but they're very inaccurate other than that, and the Phase 2 helmets are really bulky. Now this is definitely true for the classic Phase 2 clones. Like you said, I think a lot of people just like those for nostalgia, and they do just look really cool. I mean, they're not accurate, but they just look cool. One of the reasons they're so nostalgic for me is because of the Revenge of the Brick video. I always used to watch this as a kid, and when the clone troopers came up, I just always wanted them. So now that I actually have them, I just enjoy them because they bring me nostalgia. And if you guys didn't know, Revenge of the Brick is actually what plays in the background of my videos. So yeah, I do think that the original Phase 2 clones are not very accurate. They just bring a lot of nostalgia for people, and I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because back then LEGO didn't really have the ability to make 100% accurate Phase 2 clones. Although when talking about the classic Phase 1 clones, I do not think that's just nostalgia. The way LEGO was able to design the shape of the helmet actually makes them look almost 100% accurate. I'd even argue that they're just as accurate as the newer 2013 Phase 1 clones from Episode 2. I don't really know how to explain it, it's just something with the shape of the helmet along with the indents and then the black head underneath. It actually just makes it look really accurate to the actual look of the Phase 1 clone troopers in Episode 2. So yes, I agree with you about the Phase 2 clones, but I disagree with you about the Phase 1 clones. General Penguin is Cool says, okay, get ready, the best duel set ever released and the best set of 2017 is the duel on Naboo. The play features are great, the minifigures are super accurate, the build is great for display, and if you're one of those psychopaths who takes apart their LEGO sets, there are some great pieces for mocks. Now, this is definitely an interesting take, and yeah, I'm honestly gonna have to agree with you, this is probably the best duel set that LEGO has made. It's definitely better than both of the Anakin vs. Obi-Wan duel sets they've made in the past, especially the 2005 version. I know that one gets a lot of praise just for nostalgia and that it was cool for back in the day, but really in 2023 it would just not hold up at all, and it definitely doesn't compare to this one in terms of looks and playability, and neither does the 2019 duel on Mustafar set. So yeah, I would agree with you that this is the best duel set ever made, and the minifigures are really cool. Both the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn are exclusive, and the Darth Maul that comes with this set looks absolutely crazy. He's got this super menacing evil face, and I just absolutely love it. But also, you did claim that this is the best LEGO Star Star Wars set from 2017, and that's where I'm just gonna have to disagree with you, because you do have to remember the Rogue One Y-Wing came out that year, and I think that is by far the best playset from 2017. So yes, I do think this is by far the best duel set, although in terms of the best playset from 2017, that definitely belongs to the Rogue One Y-Wing. Break Media says, hot take, the 18 plus sets besides UCS sets are overrated and shouldn't take up so many spots in a set wave. Even though I don't play with sets anymore, having a playscale set is better for kids, and medium-sized playscale vehicles just look better on display than helmets and dioramas. Now I do think that vehicles look better on display than dioramas do, but I also think there were quite a few non-UCS 18 plus sets that are actually pretty good. For instance, I really like the mini scale sets they're starting out to come with, especially the new Super Star Destroyer that came out this year, and I also really like the look of diorama sets. I know they don't look as good on display as vehicles, I just still like the look of them. And also one that I think is very underrated is the Imperial Probe Droid that came out in 2021. I think that set looks awesome and looks amazing on display. Really the only one that I think looks pretty bad is obviously the new Chewbacca that just came out. That one just looks horrendous, and I think everyone can agree with that. In my opinion, I still think it should have been a General Grievous. So yeah, I get what you're saying is the 18 plus sets that aren't UCS sets do take up a lot of space in a set wave, although I actually really like most of them. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna have a few misses here and there, like the Chewbacca and some of the helmet sets, but overall I think they're pretty good and they look cool and they're good to get new adult fans into LEGO, although like you said, I don't think they look as good on display as playscale vehicles do. GLCE8CT says, hot take, the Z95 Headhunter is better than the ARC 170. It's got a better design and one of those massive guns underneath. I think the Z95 Headhunter and the ARC 170 are both very unique in their own ways, but trying to decide which one is better is just really hard to do. The LEGO Z95 Headhunter is a very simple but sleek design that I absolutely love. By just looking at it, you can tell that it's a very fast and agile ship, and I really like that. And not to mention the minifigures that came in this set were absolutely amazing, especially Pong Krell and then the pilot. And then you have the ARC 170, which is a bit of a bigger starfighter, and that is mainly meant for more space combat than the Z95 Headhunter is. It has a very cool design. It's big, but it doesn't look bulky or slow in any way, and I really like the staggered seating with the cockpits. It kind of vaguely resembles a B-25. So again, I just think both these starfighters are very unique in their own way, but picking one that is better is just very hard. And you know, I could say that they're both just equal and I like them the same amount, although that's pretty lame, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick one. For me, I think the ARC 170 gets the upper hand just a little bit. Again, I just really like the cockpit and wing designs, although the Z95 Headhunter is not far behind it and is an absolutely amazing ship. It's very sleek, it's very well designed, and like you said, it does have that big gun on the bottom that is great for playability. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode. As always, if you have any hot takes or controversial opinions that you want me to discuss in next week's video, make sure to go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And if you want to check out more of my videos, you can see them on the end screen right now.